What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Hippo Supercoach, and today we're going to be discussing the premium midfielders of 2025. So it's an interesting topic to discuss because if you look at 2024 and you compare that to 2023, it's actually quite different. So we're just going to I'm going to have a look at past seasons real quick, and we're going to duplicate this, and then we're going to open 2024 here. So if we look at, we'll go off average. So Bont at number one, quickly filter it to mids. All right, so we got Bont, Oliver, Track, Laird, Merritt. So let's just say that's top five. This season, it was, well, last season now, I guess you could say. Bont's still number one. So I think he's a very safe pick. But then after that, Butters is 2, Neil 3, Flinders 4, Dacos 5. Dacos was 6 last year, so 2023. So basically, you don't really need to worry about that. But yeah, it's just like, what's going on with these mids? I mean, Merritt was 9. So look, Merritt digressed a little bit. And this is the interesting thing coming into this season, is Oliver and Petrarca are quite cheap. Now, I'm not sure exactly how cheap they are. We're going to get it up. But these guys could be gold. Obviously, Petrarca had the injury where he nearly died. So I feel like full preseason, both these guys have got to come into consideration. And this is how my team is currently looking. Now, obviously, I haven't done any research on the rookies, like literally none. My general idea this season, or my general strategy, is to not really overthink anything and not over research, because I think my mindset was always whoever will do the most research will finish the best, finish the highest, and it pretty much never pans out that way. So trying to not care about Supercoach as much this year. Pretty much the only time I'm uploading a video is when I'm actually thinking about it. So yeah, I'm trying to go with kind of like a minimalistic approach, I guess you could say, to it. But yeah, I just think Track and Oliver, 450 and 550, these guys are very capable of going 600 plus. And you would expect Melbourne to back this season up, or back last season up with a bit of a better output. Obviously, buys is something to consider because most of us are probably going to start Max Gawn. So you start Gawn, then you start thinking, well, we've got 3 Melbourne premiums. That could be a problem. But yeah, let's just keep looking down the list. And what's another thing we could look at? So Libba and Dawson dropped right off, like right off. So those guys would have been traps at this point last year that we didn't know about. I mean, I guess Oliver and Track, especially Oliver, was a trap. Obviously, he barely had a preseason. Very different circumstances coming into this year. Now, from what I've heard, he's had a full preseason. If someone can correct me, feel free to. But I've heard he's had a pretty good preseason. Same with Petrarca. So yeah, I'm pretty keen on both those guys. Dunkley, did he drop off? No, he was 10 both times. So he's another one that maybe not the uber premium, but someone who's probably going to consistently give you 115, 110 to 115. He went 112 last year, and in 2023 he went 115. So he's probably going to go 110 plus. And I don't mind picking someone like a Dunkley to start off because you just know he's probably going to go 110, 105 to 110 at least. Another one is James Sicily. So he went 114, and he's another one I've talked about in my previous video, is if he gets freed up and he's playing backline, he's going to score a lot of points just because he plays that pure intercept role, which Supercoach obviously love. So he's in my team pretty firmly at this point. If I find out he's going to play lockdown or they're going to mess around with his position or whatnot, then we'll reconsider that one. But yeah, anyway, we're steering away from the mids here. So my point of this video is who are going to be the top 8 mids for this season. Now, Neil's getting old, so you would expect him to digress a bit, but then people said that last year. And I think I was everyone that said that last year, so I didn't start him. The 1 year I didn't start him, he actually went really good. So yeah, guys like Neil, Treloar, yeah, I feel like Neil and Treloar are the guys that I probably wouldn't pick just based on their age. Treloar's obviously got the very injury-prone history, but he played 22 games last season. So then, does he now? Like, is his body good? I don't know. Someone I'm not going to take a risk on, but gee, he was bloody good last year. I don't know why it keeps changing. Oh, because Flanders is a mid. Okay, I keep thinking Flanders. Yeah. All right. So these are the top 8 mids, and obviously Isaac Heaney. Um, do we trust someone like Heaney to go big again? I'm not sure. I'd probably stay away from him. New coach. Who knows what's going to happen with that? Does Dan Cox want to play in pure mid? If he does, honestly, I'll probably pick him. Um, but that's how many midfielders can they run through there? There's a lot coming back. I've heard talks of Callum Mills moving back into the midfield, so yeah, I'm not too sure about Heaney at this point. Dacos, in my opinion, is pretty safe. Now, he is obviously maybe the biggest tag target in the game. So obviously we have to worry about that, but at the same time, he still got to a 117 average last year. So I'm not too worried about him, and just natural progression, he's going to be better. So his body's probably getting a bit bigger. Yeah, I trust Nick Dacos to at least go 115 for the season. Flanders, obviously, we'll talk about him in the defender. We did talk about him in the defender discussion, or the tier ranking thing that we did the other day. But yeah, Flanders for me is a lock. Same with Sheasel. And then we look at guys like Caleb Sarong. Went huge at the start, kind of dropped off at the end a little bit. And Merritt as well. Merritt, like, I don't know, he was just, went through like a bit of a cold patch. But then again, comes to the end of the season, he still averaged 115. It's pretty freaking good. So yeah, it's my point is, like, who are these mids we're going to pick? Are we looking for guns and rookies? Are we looking for mid prices? Now, I think Bailey Smith and Jack McRae are locks, but they're forwards. And let's just have a look at some of the mid-priced midfielders. So we'll go down the list here. You guys should be able to see that all good. Yep. I mean, Rory Laird at 560 seems like pretty good value. Now, I'm not sure what happened to him last year. Same with Dawson. These guys are capable of jumping back into that top 8, top 10 mix. But do you want to take a punt on him? Matt Rowell as well. I mean, Rowell for me is on the never again list. I'm not even going to entertain the idea of him because in my opinion, he doesn't have enough scoring avenues to be consistent, to be a consistently high scorer all year. Not enough outside game in my opinion. So Rowell is a firm no for me. And this is kind of what I'm saying when I'm not going to overthink things. I'm not even going to if he goes 200 both games in the preseason, I'm not picking him. Like, I'm going to be stubborn this year and I'm going to be somewhat closed-minded. And maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Taranto's another one that, I mean, as a mid-only, you probably wouldn't pick him, but they obviously had a down year. Will Richmond get better? Probably not much better, but Taranto could go back to 100 average, but it's awkward price, 509. Who else have we got? We got Doherty at 480. Surprised he's not a bit cheaper, to be honest. As mid-only, no. As a defender, probably would consider him. Parrish had a down year, 89. I mean, God. It's a really weird... It was a weird year last year. Clayton Oliver averaged 84 points. Like, imagine telling someone that this time last year. Chera's one that people are saying he's going to have a big year, but based on what? How many CBAs is he going to attend? There's a lot of mids running through there. I don't like the idea of Chera at all. Will Ashcroft obviously had a great final series. Probably the best player of the finals. Definitely the grand final. Obviously he won the Norm Smith medal. But, gee, that's another awkward price one where I think people might be jumping on the hype a little bit early. If he's a guaranteed pure centre bounce 10D, I'd consider it because he's obviously a gun, and I do like watching him play. I just don't know how many mids can they run through there. I mean, you got Neil and Dunkley, they're like the staples, and then you got McCluggage, Ashcroft, the other Ashcroft. Who else runs through there? Berry, I think, because he tags. I can't remember exactly how their centre bounce looks, but yeah, I mean, how many CBAs can you get to? At that price, it's a bit awkward. Tom Powell, never again. I don't want to pick too many North players, but I think Sheasel and Cherry are exceptions because far out. Those North guys were shocking last year. Like Powell and Zach Fisher, two of the most frustrating owns in my Supercoach life. Moving down, Cogs. I mean, does Cogs bounce back? He averaged 79. Look, how many games? 13. He got injured, that's right. But then it gets, you know, like who after that? I mean, Tom Mitchell, 395. Gee whiz. He was a staple 600k plus for those Hawthorn years. Tanner Bruin. Windhager. 5. Do we go round 3 on that 5? No. I think the answer to that is a firm no. And then, yeah, pretty much after that, I don't see anyone in here that I like the look of at all. I mean, Ollie Holland's apparently having a great preseason, but then again, so is everyone apparently this time of the year. Everyone's having a great preseason because no one's had to actually verse each other yet. So probably wouldn't pick him, but supposedly more mid-time. How does that look? You know, you've already got Walsh, Chera, Cripps, the other Hollands. Yeah, that's a tough midfield to break into. And then, yeah, like I said, I don't see any other value here. And we're down to rookie price. So, look, it looks like a guns and rookies here when it comes to the midfield at least. The thing is, how many keepers do you think we have? I think we have 3 guaranteed keepers in Bont, Butters, and Dacos. I think they will be pretty safe to be top 8 mid. Oliver and Petrarca, they both have the upside of being top 8. And I think their floor is still high enough to justify starting them. I don't see them both failing. I genuinely don't see them both failing with full pre-seasons. Now, if one of them have any injury or niggle, they're gone. I don't care. They're gone. So, yeah, I think at this point, Clayton Oliver and Petrarca, they're pretty locked into my side just because they're my value primos. Sicily, I guess you could say, is a value primo. I think he can go 630k throughout the season and be like really top defender, depending on how he's positioned in their team. And then obviously set and forget with Gawn and Cherry, and we're running Matt Flynn at the flex still. Now, obviously, like I think people have been giving me a bit of flack on my team, saying it was pretty average. But you know what? I didn't even think about the rookies. So if I do need some cash for the rookies, I'll probably drop one person, and that would be Rankin. I'll drop Rankin to a rookie, and then just correct all that, because I'm not really set on Rankin at all. Yeah, and I'm not really set on Horn Francis either. I know a lot of people are picking Horn Francis at F1. Forwards is a good discussion point. Honestly, I don't think we have the information at this point to like fully discuss the forwards, because I mean, just have a look at them. This is the worst 6 forwards I think I've ever seen in Supercoach in any preseason. And I mean that. I don't think it's ever been this bad. Jack McRae at F1 at 390k, it's probably going to be what I do. I'm not wasting time on guys that are going to average 90, pay 500 plus k for them. No thank you. So hopefully we can get some good forward rookies. Otherwise we might be in a bit of strike there. But yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Let me know how your midfield's shaping up. Like I said, I know I'm going to have to make adjustments for the rookies, so just don't even think about that for now. This is just placeholders at this point. And yeah, Rankin will be the one that I drop for that extra cash to upgrade some rookies. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Happy New Year, everyone. Hopefully 2025 is going to be a good year of Supercoach for everyone. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.